Now,
Ugh.
speaking of the war between Asians and whites,
Hmm.
I feel like there's something that we absolutely have to address, and I have been actually chomping at the bit to get at this topic because this is pissing me off on so many levels. It's a sad day when our supposed elders,
Hmm.
you actually find out they're not elders, they're old niggas. And not only Rakim, I got not only Rakim, I'm so fucking disappointed in him. You supposed to be Rakim Allah, the God, the greatest rapper ever. You gonna put a white boy over you. Okay, cool. Then you got Big Daddy Kane who says that Eminem is the Kobe of hip hop. I'm sick
Ooh.
I'm sick of him too. Even though Jason Black brought up a good point, the fact that he was playing posing with Madonna and Playgirl back in the day. But really, I am so pissed off at Chuck D.
Yeah.
Now, all this time, folks have been looking up to Chuck D and Public Enemy.
Hmm.
You had Chuck, you had Flav, you had Professor Griff, you had the I forget what the brothers are called in the background doing the military drills and stuff like that. Man, you had Public Enemy, Fear of a Black Planet. This is some people. The first time they ever heard Farrakhan's voice was on a Public Enemy record.
True.
You supposed to be fight the power, and here it is. Recently, brother Chuck is on Twitter caping for these Asians, basically like, oh well, y'all shouldn't call this the Asian virus or something like this. Y'all should be ashamed of yourself. But then you gonna use not only your personal name, but Public Enemy and Public Enemy Radio, which is a variation of Public Enemy. You're
Hmm.
gonna use your platform, what you have built up all these years, supposedly being anti-establishment. You're gonna come out and support Bernie the bigot Sanders.
Yep, he did. And got mad at Flavor Flav for it. Because Flavor Flav didn't want to do it.
And you know what? It's a quote that Brother Metu said on one of our podcasts a couple times ago. He says the difference between an elder and an old nigga.
Mm.
And I'm starting to see that a lot of our elders are, in fact, old niggas like you. I don't know whether you lost the fight or whether you was perpetrating the fight, whether you was really about that life ever. Because now, okay, granted, a lot of these old ass niggas I have been talking to like, well, Flav been causing trouble, and he should have been put out of the group, and he was doing drugs. Okay,
Why
this,
you gotta make that face?
but besides the fact that okay, we know Flav had his issues.
That's true.
Flav Orlando Brown has issues. We seen Orlando Brown say some outlandish stuff about Nick Cannon. The brother's on drugs. He needs help. Flav needed help. But Flav not on drugs right now. You can't blame the drugs for Flav saying that he don't want his likeness in Public Enemy to be representative of a presidential candidate.
And they wanted them to sing, and they wanted them to perform. Sorry, fight the power. And it's like, how are you going to perform that song? And it's about the person you're performing it for. How hypocritical is that? And when
That's a backhand compliment.
you want to be like, well, he out the group. Did I miss something?
Yeah, that's what's known as a backhand compliment.
Hmm.
Let me see if I can find what Chuck said. Okay, so Chuck's caping for Asians. He says, wow, this blame Asia shit is just asshead trifling. And I get it. Now, I was listening to Professor Griff. He's still cool with both Flav and Chuck and all them, and he wouldn't exactly come out and say what's what. I get Flav and Chuck have had their issues, but now I gotta really look at Chuck sideways because people used to play Professor Griff like, oh well, Professor Griff was the problem, was the reason why he got put out the Public Enemy group. Now you gotta look at it. Was it really him or was it Chuck? Because Professor Griff basically made mentions like, well, Chuck had a conversation with one of our quote Jewish brothers, and I use that term extremely loose. And next thing you know, Professor Griff, who's the one who was really the conscious brother in the group, Professor Griff was the one who was bringing the books, who was bringing the knowledge, who was really educating everybody about what's going on. Oh, let's get him out of the group. So now you got Flav and you got Chuck. Now everybody looks at Flav uh, as this goofy dude who's completely unintelligent, but that's not the case. Flav is very intelligent.
Yes, he is.
In fact, there's a deep meaning behind him wearing the clock around his neck, like time is fleeting or something like this. I forget exactly why he wears the clock, but Flav is actually, dude can play like multiple instruments. He plays the piano masterfully. He plays the bass. Like, you look at this dude, you like, okay,
You can't
that's a
learn nothing from
facade.
this brother. You sit down and talk to him, you be like,
Exactly. He's kind of like that guy that you would. We don't have enough African movies to make reference to this, but if you ever seen a kung fu movie where you see this old man and he look like he just an old man, he minds his business, he walks around town, nobody knows who he is, but then you find out that this dude actually used to be a badass kung fu master.
mm-hmm.
That's kind of how Flav is. If you look at him, you're like, oh, okay, he just the hype man. You know, he just here to bring the entertainment to Public Enemy. But if you sit down and talk to that brother, you find out that he's very smart. And I gotta side with dude on this. Why would you support Bernie Sanders? Bernie has made it perfectly clear that he's not for reparations for descendants of American slaves, aka black Americans. First, he said it was divisive. Bernie, what you think about reparations for African Americans? Oh, no, no, it's divisive. Then the nigga basically said, hell no, you niggas can't get no reparations. But you was cool with your people getting reparations for some shit that America didn't even do. How are you cool with getting reparations for yourself when America didn't even do that, but yet we can't get any reparations? But this is the person you want to support, you want to throw your support behind?
Right. See, what a lot of people look at is that there's this picture of him doing the civil rights movement. But the thing is, you don't know what he was doing. You don't know why he was there. You don't know what happened. All you see was him going through some shit, but you don't know what the context it was put in. All you see was, oh, he fought doing civil rights. He was doing the civil rights movement. That means absolutely nothing.
In the words of Janet Jackson, quote, what have you done for me lately?
X.
And this is what I have been arguing with these old niggas on Facebook about. Well, Trump always been solid to me. He ain't never done nothing. But what have you done for me lately? What is he doing now? Fuck what Chuck did in the past.
X.
What is he doing now? Because just because you were solid in the past does not mean that your spirit is unwavering 30 years down the line.
That's true.
And also, just because you do good don't mean that you good.
Or just because you do good doesn't mean that your intentions meet your actions. Because you can have people who do good and their intentions is foul.
Right, but that's why I said, just because you do good don't mean you good.
Yeah, the intentions show up sooner than they think.
I'm sick and tired of these old niggas handing our property to these white people. Here you got Bernie Sanders looking like Radio Raheem, got a big old 1980, 83 boom box, look like some LL Cool J had back in the day. He doing the bop on stage. He on stage like, for real? Is black people, black people, when are you gonna take yourself seriously? When are you gonna take yourself seriously? What is it gonna take for us as a group to get our shit together? Why can a motherfucker come around, play some hip hop, talk real nice, and say, oh, free health care for everybody, and we're satisfied for that? It's like I was telling this nigga yesterday. I was like, he like, well, you must be one of these vote for Trump niggas. First of all, let me explain something to you. I don't give a fuck about Trump. I don't give a fuck about Biden, Bush, Clinton, Reagan, Nixon, Lincoln, Washington, Jackson. I don't give a fuck about none of these niggas. Going all the way back to way back since when. I don't give a fuck about none of these niggas. They don't mean shit to me. And let me explain something to you. My life has been no better or no worse under Trump as it was under Obama, as it was under Clinton, Bush, and, you know, that's pretty much where my lineage stops because I'm only 33. But my life has been no better and no worse than under any other president. So oh why are you black people fucking panicking about some goddamn Trump when realistically your life ain't no better? It ain't no worse. What has Trump done? As a matter of fact, I'm glad Trump is in office because they haven't been focusing on niggas like that.
I'm done.
Trump hate everybody. He's racist against everybody. Trump don't give a damn unless you got that paper. If you got that paper, you and Trump can be best friends.
Because he's a businessman, not a politician.
That's true. He is a businessman.
But back to what I was saying. We had jazz, blues, rock and roll. You gave it up. You giving up hip hop. Chuck D allowing Bernie Sanders to come in and beatbox and do all this bebop jazz bullshit on stage, and you want to perform Fight the Power. You basically just giving our platform over to white people. You're basically tearing down everything that we worked so hard to build, giving it to a white man. That includes Rakim. Disappointed in him. Rakim, who was the father of modern rap. How can you say that Eminem is the GOAT? To our heroes, or supposed to have been our heroes, Big Daddy Kane, another pioneer, another innovative in hip hop. Well, Eminem was the Kobe Bryant of the hip hop game. What? Is this what y'all really thought all along? I'm sick and tired of you people giving everything that we ever worked for over white people.